Hmm. Alrighty, West is dead as fuck.
Not surprising on a Thursday afternoon or Thursday evening.
Yeah, there's no wrestling on Thursdays.
There's TNA, but
I said wrestling.
what the fuck is that, Yangum?
What?
The clip that you the thumbnail.
Oh, that's Jim Ross's head shoved onto the body of I don't even know.
Oh no, not that picture.
You want to do this one instead? Oh, it's the little monster Steve Watermark. That shouldn't be there. Oh, the Orton Purse one won't work anymore.
I bet it won't.
Say, did you see the big news? They added 80 Pokemon to Pokemon Go.
Do people still play that?
Yeah.
They will now.
I missed what you said about it.
They added 80 of the Generation 2 Pokemon.
Oh. Meh.
There's a Hoot Hoot in my yard right now.
I don't know what the fuck you just said, but I'm pretty sure it was dirty.
And there's 2 new kinds of berries and special items to evolve. And you can buy a Poke Fedora for 200 Pokecoins.
Stop it.
Or Top Hat if you prefer.
Yeah.
Mind you, nobody's going outside right now, so it's not terribly surprising that it's dead.
Alright, so we should be all good to go here.
Yeah, I mean, we're just pre-showing right now, so I mean, if you have a theme song and you can play it. But if you don't, let's go.
I can play it, but you won't be able to hear it.
All right, just cue us back in then.
All right, here we go. Going into the theme song.
Yo, everybody! It's episode 245 of Smark Snark. This is Gunner, and whatchamacallit? This is episode 245. I'd like to thank whatchamacallit?
Podcastthemes.com.
Yeah,
please don't sue
podcastthemes.com.
us.
Yes, podcastthemes.com for our theme song. We really appreciate it. You can talk to us today, on the Twitter, on the Facebook, on the Skype, SRS Podcast. Twitter is at SmarkSnark, Facebook at SmarkSnark, Patreon at SmarkSnark. Whatchamacallit? Again, my name is Gunner, and that is Omega BR over there.
This is a Generation 2 intro.
I guess it is.
80 more painful seconds long.
Well, allegedly, NetJester isn't here, so I don't think it's going to be that much longer. Also joining us this week is Shao Kana.
Hi, everyone.
And Save Us Talk.
Howdy.
Before we get started, I'd like to send our condolences to our friend, Vassar. He is going through a particularly rough period in time now, and we'd like to say, hey, buddy, here's to you. And if you need anything, we're all here for you, my friend. But with that being said, let's get started with something that's a little more predictable, and that would be the news. Dave Meltzer reports Roman Reigns entered the Royal Rumble at number 30 in order to give Randy Orton as big of a face reaction as possible. WrestleMania will likely be Nikki Bella's last match, at least on a regular schedule, as her neck issues cause numbness on one side of her body and she wants to be well enough to return for big events. Austin Aries is now cleared to wrestle. He's rumored to face Neville at WrestleMania.
I think Aries versus Neville is going to be a pretty good match. Although I do prefer Aries as a heel, but what can you do? At least it's going to be a good match.
Aries is still going to be an asshole. I mean, he's still the greatest man that's ever lived. So, I mean, it's that gimmick isn't dying. I'm just excited to see the match that they're going to be able to pull off at WrestleMania.
I think the sad part is Aries is really hitting his groove on commentary too, and they're pulling him right away from it because he's supposed to be in the ring, but it's just sad.
Right. It just means that later on he's going to be great. You know, I mean, I think 10 or 20 years from now, when he's done and retired and commentating, you know, on Raw, even. I'm looking forward to it. To be perfectly honest with you, it's something. It's a little tease where later on down the line, you know, assuming that Corey isn't like burnt out from it, you know, you're going to have Austin and Corey on the commentary for many years to come.
I am now looking forward to that.
What I'm not looking forward to is Big Match Bella.
Yeah, I mean that. On a card that's pretty preordained this year, it's not the most offensive match, I don't think, considering who's participating. Personally, with the current storyline being Randy Orton giving up his WrestleMania chance, and they're gonna determine the new WrestleMania contender on SmackDown through some sort of, I forget if they said, I don't think they said Battle Royal. I think they said some kind of miniature tournament or something, or maybe a series that sometimes they do the triple threat matches, and that culminates in a final triple threat match, that kind of thing. But I still fully expect Orton to be the one, even though it is kind of suspect because like I said, the card has been so predictable in the sense that we kind of know what's going to happen, and
Right.
That's what they did. So
the prediction here is that Luke Harper will win the Battle Royal, and then make it a Wyatt family triple threat.
I mean, that's actually a pretty good idea. Quite frankly, better than necessarily Orton versus Wyatt, because that kind of has, unless Orton turned on Wyatt, which is what everyone would expect, then you throw in that wild card of Harper, and then things aren't so,
right. And then Orton would have to defend Wyatt from Harper because they're two brothers, and he's got the shot, so he might as well use it. But the thing to me is, like, he could go over to Raw and be like Kevin Owens, or Goldberg. Who wants to see a Randy Orton Goldberg match, everybody?
No one.
I think it would be interesting. Somebody actually pointed out they're about to release the official WWE rule book as like a paperback book.
Forward by Daniel Bryan, by the way.
Yeah. But somebody pointed out, there is precedent for Roman Reigns to say that he should get the spot against Bray Wyatt, because back when McMahon won the Rumble, and then he was like, well, I'm not actually going to face the champion, who I think was The Rock at the time. I'm not actually going to face him. And then Austin was the second to last man out, and he was like, well, he went to Commissioner Shawn Michaels and said, I think I deserve the right then if he's going to pass it up. And I think Michaels agreed, and this and that, and they probably had a few. But anyway, it would be interesting to see, honestly, once they come out with this rule book, to see if any first of all, if they follow it, which I'm sure they will not, and second of all, if they actually include little precedents like this.
Right. I mean, it seems to me that this is going to be a very silly book that they're going to put out, and I'd like to see some of the things used in it. At first, by the way, like for example, you know how they had the toy of the shark cage before they actually had the shark cage matches.
Yes.
Yeah.
What we'll call it. So, what if there's going to be rules in there that they're going to quote to sell the book?
Oh God, please God no.
I'll back well on about
cool.
all that sure comes.
If they do that, it's not going to last more than like a week or two, because
Right.
honestly, the crash cage, well, the crash cage they used in NXT actually looked like the toy. I mean, it had the big giant kind of exaggerated crane in the corner, but the one they used at Royal Rumble, I mean, it was just a cage, just one they strung up. They didn't call it the crash cage. They didn't have any of the marketing or anything. So.
Right. All right, moving on. Dixie Carter and her husband Serge are totally out of power at Impact Wrestling, and Jeff Jarrett will likely replace John Gabruk as executive producer, as he's already gotten Dutch Mantel back at the creative team and Don West in the warehouse liquidate a large amount of merchandise. Impact announced a partnership with Pro Wrestling Noah out of Japan for joint events and talent exchanges, and Ricochet revealed that he's no longer under contract with LU. However, he has a non-compete clause that keeps him from working with ROH as he would like to. So, LU, done and done, but the non-compete, hampering Ricochet a little bit. There was a WCPW event over the weekend.
Can I
that
just
actually had
real quick a correction? It's Serge.
It's Serge.
Serge.
Okay.
Serge. Not Serge. Serge.
What you call it? Yeah,
Throwing you off with the Beverly Hills Cop references.
There. I had something phallic in my mouth, and I was able to say that correct. What you call it? But moving on.
So it's TNA 2.0, 3.0.
3.0.
I think it's more like 2.5 beta, but I mean...
No. It's like Kingdom Hearts. It's 2.8.
I mean, the biggest news out of all of this is their relationship with Noah, considering Noah is under new ownership.
Mm-hmm.
Wow,
I
what do
think
you know?
it's fun
What do you know?
because I actually am kind of looking forward to this. It sounds like a good idea.
Well, it's the working agreement between two dead as fuck companies. Awesome.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's not necessarily bad news, but look at all the press the indie wrestling world is getting right now, and Pro Wrestling Noah has got to be pretty close to the bottom of that list. I mean, name one guy from Noah at all right now.
Marufuji.
Name two guys.
I can't.
All right, well there you go. So, again, it's not a bad thing necessarily, but like I said, the more things stay the same. I mean, plus you kind of got that wild card. The Hardys still haven't re-signed. Last I heard, the Hardys have quote unquote agreed to terms, but nothing's been signed. So, and that goes for what's his name? Drew McIntyre.
But so how long is Ricochet's no compete from LU?
I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure it's until season 3 ends.
Drew Galloway, that is. See, I couldn't remember his.
Right.
See, honestly, TNA could lose Galloway and be just fine. It's the Hardys that they would really take a beating from because they want to start doing house shows, and the Hardys are the only draws that they have right now. They need them to fill house shows if they want to do that.
I mean, they have always been, in one way or the other, a draw, no matter what they were doing, because people recognize them, and I mean, especially people who grew up in the '90s, but yeah, especially now with the whole, and that's where the kind of the conundrum comes in, because if Jarrett's going to be back on the creative team and his people, are they going to be on board with the whole broken universe thing, or are they going to try to, do their thing? And then it's like, well, is it going to work? Well, probably not. At least not. It'll work for putting out a weekly show, but not necessarily for getting above 400,000 viewers.
Right. All right, moving on.
Yeah.
The Emelina debut was delayed for so long because officials wanted her to be really to get the character down, apparently wanting it to be a throwback to women like Sable and the Cat. Finally, she debuted the way she did. Basically, she debuted the way that she did because they gave up on it and they reverted back to the heel Emma persona. And Rosa Mendez has announced her retirement from WWE after giving birth and starting other businesses. So
that's
goodbye?
the only part of Raw that I missed was the Emelina debut. How bad was it?
She just came out and was like, you all been waiting. Now I'm Emma again. Fuck you.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was just weird.
She came out, said, "You've waited so long for the transformation of Emma to Emelina, and now the transformation of Emelina to Emma," and then walked to the back. And so, the whole thing was a big waste of time, and which it probably would have been even if she had done the character. I mean,
I really think that this character is could be good for somebody else. Alexa Bliss. Excuse me, what? But I don't think that Emma necessarily had the persona for it. So
Emma's fine the way she is.
Yeah, and so putting her back to where she should be is perfectly fine. But expect this gimmick down the line somewhere else with someone else.
Well, it's funny. They wasted a quarter of the year hyping it up, which, to be fair, I mean, all you got to do is air a promo
Soon.
commercials. It's not like they really did any effort toward it. At least
Right.
Who was IT?
They really stretched the limit of soon.
No
It kind of reminds me of WCW hyping up Glacier for like 6 months, even after the Mortal Kombat movie stopped being popular. But like honestly, with Emelina, I would have been shocked if I was kind of expecting her to kind of start off with trying to do the gimmick and then say it's a bunch of crap and just do a shoot promo.
I almost had flashbacks to when Dustin Reynolds.
I was gonna say
Reynolds came out as 7, and I actually liked 7, to be honest with you. I thought that could have been something, but anyway, I just feel like they do this too often, where they kind of give up on. Not to say that she was, going to do it perfect and it was going to be great and all this and that, but I mean, you invest all this time into it. Like if it wasn't working after like week 6, then scrap it. Wait a quarter of the year and then have her come out and just be like, and really to do it on TV like that, it kind of presents the idea that we're gonna hype stuff up and hype it up and hype it up, and then it's gonna be nothing.
Right.
You're just gonna
It was so stupid the way they did that, to keep for however many months the same exact promo, and they're like, coming soon, Emelina, and then fucking nothing. I'm not sorry that I missed that, but I'm even more not sorry that Emma isn't saddled with a shitty gimmick.
To go back here for a second, back to the TNA thing, did you know that they're meeting with ITV in the UK?
Yeah, I heard that Jarrett is kind of meeting with them, and they want to try to do some kind of connection, which again is good, but at the same time, it's not ITV. It's not really off the ground yet. So I mean, it's good, but it's not concrete.
it could be good, but there's been no word on whether or not World of Sport is going to be continued.
Right. All right. So, all right, moving on here. Last little news bit. At WWE's fourth quarter call, they revealed 1.5 million paid WWE Network subscribers as of January 31st. Vice Sports says Okada made $2.2 million last year in New Japan, which would be a nice chunk of their $21.6 million revenue. The Rock's production company is making a movie in partnership with WWE Studios about Paige's wrestling family, and Brock Lesnar has informed UFC his retirement from MMA. Nothing of value is lost.
That is a piss weak bump for the Royal Rumble for paid subscribers. That's like
that is the peak.
200,000 extra.
Isn't that the highest it's been though?
Yep.
Yeah, but month to month, like some of those people are going to be gone for sure. Like it's been steady right around 1.3 mil.
Basically, it's that 1.5 is their ceiling, and that's the amount of people that's going to pay for their content.
I think come WrestleMania, they'll see a bump of new subscribers once the matches are announced, and then the longevity of those new subscribers is not going to be very good, but that'll be fine because they give out a free month, and the majority of those probably won't keep it. But a few of those will forget that they subscribe to it and just keep paying for it.
I mean, that's their entire fucking income strategy at this point, really.
But I mean,
yep,
you've got...
and we go back to and I hate to do this, but I go back to the Punk argument here. And if they can do that and have it be completely unregulated, essentially, and all of those established rules that have happened in the the world of pay-per-view and whatnot are gone, all of a sudden you have this free market where you could pay somebody whatever you want on quote unquote royalties for the amount of things that people have quote watched. You tell me how fair that is when it's self-regulated.
Here's the thing, you're going to have a much better metric of things watched in comparison to other things like broadcast television. So being able to keep track of who watched what on the network is going to be a lot better than relying on, we aired this special on USA, and what did it get? Whatever Nielsen rating. What does that actually mean? Nobody knows.
That's the beautiful thing about Nielsen ratings, isn't it? Nobody really knows what that actually means.
Well,
the fact that Meltzer, according to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, said that 38% of teenage girls tuned out for the main event because they don't like Bayley.
What? What's wrong with them?
They have other things to watch,
But Bayley,
I know.
She's the women's champion. Why? What? Do they like Charlotte or something?
Does anyone?
Why? Let's just talk about this pay-per-view, because I'm beyond what I can handle right now. Going into the 15-minute time limit, ding, 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 at 8:41. My time, anyway. We'll start with Mojo Rawley defeating Who Gives a Shit in the pre-show.
And that'll be the end of that.
Yep.
That 5-star match. Come on, guys.
It looks like we need to welcome Doo-Doo. Doo-Doo. If I can give him voice permissions here in a moment. Next up, Becky Lynch defeated Mickie James in a pretty decent match. It was definitely a solid match.
Yeah. It wasn't a spectacular match, but it wasn't a bad match. It was pretty okay, just solid, but also felt kind of like it was just there.
Solid is kind of the go-to word when you don't really have anything good to say about a match, but you don't really have anything bad to say about it either. I mean, it was pretty unmemorable. The only thing I remember is that Becky's foot didn't look like it was quite under the rope when they broke the submission. I think the angle they had on it was kind of weird. It didn't look like her foot was really
right.
It was kind of parallel with the rope. It wasn't really, which is technically under it, but you know what I mean.
All right. Next up, we have Apollo Crews and Kalisto defeating I Can't Win a Match Ever.
Well, I mean,
What this fucking match is so stupid from top to bottom, just every part of it. And
I
then
agree.
how they book it,
It's
they
the
get the
Apollo
heat on
curse.
Ziggler by having him throw Kalisto into the screen,
which, by the way,
and then he loses one-on-one. Like,
Yeah,
what the
but
fuck? And
he
then
went-
why are the two baby faces trying to beat up the bad guy? It makes no sense. This sucks.
he went feet first into the Tron. He didn't even really hit his head. So I thought that looked goofy. And then yeah, I mean, this kind of match you really can't win because if Cruz and Kalisto win, they kind of look like geeks because they won 2-on-1, big deal. But if Ziggler wins, then they really look like geeks because the thing the problem with it is
the roles were reversed. It's like, shouldn't I mean, like, there's two good guys just beating up one guy. Like, what the
Right.
crap?
And I get that it was supposed to be, oh, the heel said something dumb, time for him to get punished. But at the same time, like, what did Ziggler ever fucking do? Did he rape somebody's dog in the back? Is that what happened? That this is constantly what happens to him?
well, the problem is his Ziggler as a heel is really good, but Ziggler as your uh, you know run of the mill. I'm not taking this anymore. I'm gonna lose matches, but I'm gonna be a jerk about it afterwards, and it just doesn't work because who cares?
Well,
But
it doesn't work because he loses matches anyway. Like,
Yeah.
always. Like, all the fucking time. That's all the guy does is lose. And he's not MVP. He can't, go on a 50-match losing streak and get fucking, heel or face heat for it. It's just not going to happen.
Here's my question. Tomorrow, when you think about this, are you going to care?
Oh no, I'm still gonna be fucking annoyed about the whole goddamn thing because he's a damn good wrestler. There's no reason for him to be treated the way he is and booked like this.
He needs a gimmick.
It's just it annoys the piss out of me. Like why is this still a thing in current year?
I mean, it's been like this for 5 years with Ziggler.
Yes, it has.
And then when he finally gets a big break, Jack Swagger gives him a concussion.
Hey, it's Vassar.
Hello.
Hey, buddy. We're talking about the pay-per-view.
Oh, I caught that on my phone.
Yeah, we're talking about how Ziggler is constantly shit on for no reason, other than he must have.
No, it's not for no reason. It's for, simply put, he gets stale. He got hot. They put him at his peak at when he won Survivor Series in the place of Roman Reigns, and then everybody turned on him after that point because nobody could get behind him because nobody would get behind him in the office.
Exactly. If people would fucking get behind him, it wouldn't be a problem.
Honestly, around that time, they should have booked him as the top champion because he was Intercontinental Champion. I believe that was at the time when Brock Lesnar was World Champion, and, he's not going to be around.
Right.
So that was the time to push the Intercontinental Championship and actually make it a big deal. But, nope.
That's what
That would be making money.
I was actually thinking there should have been two Elimination Chamber matches, one for the WWE title and one for Ambrose's IC title.
That would imply Ambrose defending his title.
Well, I mean, yeah. Anyway.
May I point out to you the last time they had an Elimination Chamber match when it had Dolph Ziggler and Mark Henry in it? Does anybody else remember this match?
No.
Yeah, I remember it being god-awful.
That's why they don't have an Intercontinental match.
I don't know. I think that could have been good. Let's move on to that tag team turmoil. Is that what it was? Tag team turmoil match?
Yep.
Yeah. Let's see.
Super predictable. Super fun, though.
Let's see if I can remember the order of operations here.
I don't think it was. I mean, it was kind of predictable, but it wasn't. The ending was shocking, at least. Kind of, sort of.
Yeah.
A little bit. I mean, it's one of those deals where they kind of tease you, but then they just do what they were going to do anyway, and then the Ascension easily could have won, but they didn't.
They got me with the tease. I mean, I'll say that I was got.
I wasn't. I still would have bet money that Alpha would have won. In fact, I would have bet money they would have won the match on SmackDown, which they did.
SmackDown's tag team division is kind of boring, honestly.
Yeah, well, it's always been this way because you have matches like these where the entire division gets, effectively squashed by whichever team is the champs at the time and whichever team is probably going to go after them, which is the damn Usos again.
Well,
I mean, come on.
If you remember the end of the the end of the aughts essentially, and the beginning of like 2010, 2011, when they still had the brand split, every TLC there would be a four-way tag team title match, and WrestleMania 2, and they would all be from the SmackDown side, and they would all be very good. But this is continuing in that tradition of keeping the tag teams on SmackDown and putting them into gimmick matches, which makes them very good.
All right. Next up, we have Tits McGee versus Fart Gimmick. That ended in a double countout.
Oh boy.
It was quite okay. So this is perfect for Natty. I love Natty. Don't get me wrong, but her being a cartoonish heel towards somebody else and just being somewhat herself, like 10% herself, is perfect for her role in the company at this point. I don't ever expect her to touch the women's title again, except for her, goodbye run. But whatchamacallit, it's to be the, it was a really nice throwback, to be perfectly honest with you, to a time previous when, early 90s, WWF main event scene, looking at that, and going, wow, I've seen this feud before. Hogan, Ted DiBiase. There you go.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all it is.
It's better than Raw.
I mean, I thought this was a solid match, to be honest, but like, I don't understand why they're going with a double count out if
because Nikki Bella can't lose.
All right.
I know you can't see him, but Cena's still pulling the strings in the background.
Then why not just have Nikki win if they're going to have Nikki?
Hometown rule.
Yep. You can't win in your hometown. It's against the rules. That'll be in the book when it comes out.
It'll be in the book.
All right. So next up, we have the Sneaky Snake and I can't
Luke
come
Harper?
up with one for Luke Harper.
Swamp Monster?
There you go.
Balding
Swamp Monster. Swamp Thing. The Sneaky Snake and Swamp Thing.
Loop got fucking over.
This was a hell of a
I
match.
can't decide if this was match of the night or the Chamber was match of the night, but damn, this match was so good. It started off kind of slow, but damn, it picked up.
Luke can work.
Oh yeah, totally.
And when Randy's not bored, it's awesome.
Yeah, like I've been saying, like it's kind of like how Orton and Paige are. They're like really good when they actually give a shit.
Good luck getting Paige to give a shit for anything other than a fat line.
Oh yeah, she's done.
I noticed once again they went for the table spots, which isn't a bad thing, but it's funny to me that they keep doing this every pay-per-view now.
Yeah.
But the tables have become the big, well, particularly with SmackDown because with actually with Raw too, because on pay-per-views the Raw announcers are ringside, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So and then they have the 2 foreign tables on either side. So
Honestly, after this bash, this pay-per-view got really good. I mean, this match, basically, and then onwards, this pay-per-view is excellent.
Absolutely.
I've been waiting to say it, but on paper, this was one of the most skippable pay-per-views in a long time, like almost 100%. And then watching it, it stayed true to form. It was about 85% skippable.
Yeah, it's like just watch the final 3 matches and solid pay-per-view. And then before that, it's like, forgettable.
It's an episode of SmackDown.
Well, everything before
Yeah.
was solid, but like you said, forgettable. And then
Right.
the last 3 matches are the ones where you think, well, I kind of want to see how Luke does in the match. I kind of want to see how Naomi does. I kind of want to see this stupid new chamber.
Okay, we'll get to the chamber here
Yeah.
in a minute, but I really like the chamber.
Next
I
up,
love it.
we have Dark Chocolate defeating Buffy the
Oh, for
Vampire Slayer.
fuck's sakes.
Buffy the
Dark
Vampire
Chocolate?
Slayer. Oh,
You
yeah.
wouldn't say Milk
Let-
Duds?
Oh, wait, no,
Glowing ass lady.
because she's not a dud. She's really good. Why would I
Her
call
name is
her a
a dud.
dud?
She's improved quite a
She
bit.
has gotten
She-
a
Oh,
lot
totally.
better. She's good. She's at this point. I am happy with Naomi. Am I happy with Naomi being the SmackDown Women's Champion? I don't know yet. But I'm
Would
not.
you rather her or Alicia Fox?
She's
Alicia Fox is on Raw though. But between the two, Alicia Fox.
Between the two.
Oh, every
Yeah.
time, because
Hey,
my favorite
it's-
match ever.
Naomi, this way. She's been, all right. She's been in the company since like 2009, 2010, and she survived NXT season 3. So for her to get from that to this and actually be decent, good for her.
Yeah.
I mean, it just like the people were chanting that you deserve it shit. I mean, she does. No shit.
Oh,
you know?
yeah, she does.
I mean,
See-
everybody realizes that.
I did not really think too much of the match. The match was the moment that she won. Like, then everyone went apeshit and it was good times. But to me, like, all 3 of these women matches just blended together. They were all like good or okay, but they weren't like
Would you
memorable
say there
or
were too
great.
many?
Yeah.
Yeah, there were definitely too many. But here's the thing, though. We're complaining about the matches just being good. It's
Yeah.
not that long ago that we would have been complaining that they existed. That's how bad they were.
Yeah, and at least the SmackDown Women's title changed hands and it actually meant something. So that was fucking great. But for the match itself,
man.
I don't remember a single
Five-
spot.
5 years ago or so, maybe not even that, we would have complained because it would have been 3 women's matches that would have been a total of 6 minutes, and all 3 of them would have ended with like school.
Pinky James would have ended with Pinky James.
Oh God.
All 3 of them.
True. Very
Um,
true.
I am so
What's
glad women's wrestling in WWE has finally gotten really good.
Hey
Yeah.
man, did you hear? Kelly wants to make a comeback.
Please no. Please no.
I will shoot
No.
myself the second I see her hit the rope.
Gosh, she was so god awful.
You know who?
Okay,
is coming back.
Jeez.
Kelly and Alexa Bliss in a tag team.
No,
Dude.
no.
Just completely replace the Eva Marie gimmick with Kelly. Just do the exact
Yeah,
same
yes.
gimmick, but just change the name. That's it.
Who's looking forward to hearing her theme music again?
I still have the nightmares.
Speaking of Avery, what happened to Emma or something like that?
Hardcore Country is a better song.
Oh,
Hardcore Country!
All right, let's before time runs out, let's talk about this elimination chamber.
Speaking of
match.
Hardcore Country,
Yeah, which I thought was this match was good.
let's talk. Okay, we got
This
to talk
match was
about the new chamber, though.
fantastic.
We've got to
Okay,
talk about the
this-
new chamber.
This new chamber is my favorite WWE construction ever.
Yes.
I agree.
It looked really stupid before the match, but once everything was like up and moving, it looked really, really
Yeah,
nice.
it did.
The biggest thing that solidified it for me was the plexiglass above the ring, above the chamber, when Dean and Miz or whoever else was up there, or Dean and AJ, one of the two.
Right. Dean and AJ.
And Dean was
was-
slamming AJ's head into the side.
You got the camera right there
See-
against the plexiglass, and it looks awesome.
I thought the plexiglass looked dumb as shit until that spot, and then it was like,
Right.
okay, now I get it.
Well, the plexiglass actually inside the pods has always looked stupid because somebody always goes through it, and it, they sell it like they went
Right.
through.
Lexan.
Yeah.
They always say, "Oh, they went through the Lexan," but they clearly
The
didn't go.
10,000-pound steel
They-
stairs, brother.
They clearly didn't go through Lexan. They hit the Lexan or plexiglass or whatever it is hard enough that whatever fucking hot glue they decided to put it on with broke off and went through. If they
Yeah,
would
they-
secure that shit, it wouldn't be a problem. That's all
Yeah,
I'm
they-
saying.
I feel like they could have. Surely there's something they could do to make it look better. I mean, not necessarily use like sugar glass or something that's gonna, you can't risk breaking, during the match before the spot. But surely there's got to be something. Although,
They-
I don't hate the design of it. I like the lights sort of being above it, so you can tell better who's entering and all this and that. And I think it's just first glance, it looked like it was. It just wasn't. It's not as menacing as the original chamber.
It looked like a toy the first time I saw it, and then once the match got going, I was like, okay, this works.
Well, you
I-
have
I
to
was-
keep in mind, though, part of the reason for the new design of the chamber is that the old chamber's weight made it a pain in the ass in a lot of arenas to actually hang it above the
Oh,
ring.
yeah.
So clearly the plexiglass is a big part of cutting the weight down. It just happened to work really well.
Also
And the fact
making
that
it a little smaller.
they took it and they took away the circularness of it. Before, the elimination chamber was a circle because they decided to make something that looked
Yeah.
completely different from Hell in the Cell.
But no, it looks like a Happy Meal box.
Right, or like some sort of like glass house or something like that.
Well, that's
And don't get me wrong, it
that's
looks
kind of
awesome.
what I'm saying. Is
Yeah,
I mean,
I like-
it looks okay. I would just think, they could have done more. Like I said, I like the lights. I like the glass corners so you can see when they get up there. But I felt like they could have done more to kind of make it look like this is new and improved. Besides just, well, we kind of cut down on the weight, and now it's not as scary. And I mean, even the floor panels look like they're just mats instead of like chain.
Yeah, well, they are mats, but that does allow them to do a lot more crazier spots off the side and from the top of cell or top of chambers.
what should we call it? No, I thought for a second there that AJ was going to start climbing the top and pretend that he was Homicide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the first thing
No.
I thought when I saw it was the TNA Thunderdome just painted black.
That's going to be a spot at some point. Somebody's just going to
Oh,
climb
God,
up
no.
there. Somebody's just going to climb up there, hook their legs through it, and
That's
they're just going
so
to hang
high
out.
up. That's like hanging from the top of the current Hell in a Cell. Like, that's really fucking high up. That's like
and then
15,
falling
20
to
feet.
the mat if you screw up.
They're just going to hang up there.
Somebody
for-
hang off of it, and then they're going to drop down, and they're going to splash somebody on the bottom, or
Yep.
splash a group of people on the bottom, and then it's going to be like, "Oh my God, I can't believe he did that, Apollo Crews,"
That man's got a family.
or something like that.
Anyway, let's talk about the actual match because we're over, but that's fine. Whatever.
Yeah.
Bray Wyatt defeated AJ Styles, John Cena, The Miz, Baron Corbin, and Dean Ambrose. Since you didn't let me do order of operations on the tag team, let me see if I can remember the order of
Who gives a
operations
shit about the tag teams?
of this match.
The Usos looked good, and then the VODs jobbed like the jobbers that they are.
Right.
That's the order.
So it starts with
Starts with
Cena,
AJ Styles
Right.
and John Cena.
and then out comes Dean Ambrose, and then out comes Baron Corbin, and then Bray Wyatt, and finally The Miz, who looked pretty good in this match, if I may say so.
He didn't do anything. He literally looked. He just looked. I mean, he did look
Oh,
pretty
he
good.
was he was,
That was
selling
amazing.
the shit out of that fucking chamber is what he was doing.
Well, and like, that whole spot was amazing where Baron Corbin is just standing there literally waiting for him to come out of the chamber. The door's open. Miz is just terrified. And Corbin looks like he's going to murder this guy. Ambrose rolls him up. And then Corbin just beats the ever-living fuck out of Dean. And then Miz waits until Corbin gets all the way out of the chamber. Like, go back and watch that. He waits until the door is fucking closed to go and finally pin Dean Ambrose, who's just dead.
And that's how you chicken shit heel.
It was great. But
That
he
is
didn't
how
do
you chicken
anything
shit
after
heel.
that, but it was
Yes, he
amazing.
did.
Well, there was the spot where he teased like he was going to go on top of one of the chambers, and then I think Bray came up and he knocked him down, and then he ended up just crossbodying Cena. And
The Miz got in quite a bit of offense there after that whole thing.
I
He was
just think
cleaning
it's,
house while they were
Yeah.
down. They were all
No, I guess
already
you're right.
knocked down from each other,
Yeah.
but it still counts.
Miz is just terrible, and he shouldn't have been.
I disagree.
that match was so great. And then when Miz came out, I'm like, here comes Miz to shit up the best chamber match in years.
Whoa!
Yeah, this was like one of the best chamber matches in a long time. Like, I can't
It was
remember a
well
better
booked.
chamber match. Yes.
It was well booked. The pacing was correct. Everybody was on point. They made sure that they knew what they were doing. The ending was exciting and quick and fast in the way it should be. You didn't expect it to an extent, but then when it happened, you were like, when it was starting to happen, you were like, okay, I see where they're going with this. And then that happens, and Bray Wyatt wins the WWE title.
I'm so
And
proud
he's
of my boy
almost
Bray.
30. He's
But-
almost 30.
You
I mean, think about that for a second.
Also, that new chamber design allowed for some pretty cool spots that you don't normally see.
Yeah, you could tell that being on top of the pods is much, much lower than it was before.
Also, like climbing up the chain, and then you can climb to the side of the pod a lot easier. But then Cena got in the way.
I think another thing about this match is that, like, no one looked weak. It's really
Yes.
impressive to have an elimination chamber where you have 5 people get eliminated, but no one looked weak at all.
I mean, Miz kind of, but that was his job,
That's his
and that
thing,
was
though.
the thing about it.
Yeah.
His
Yeah.
gimmick is that he's weak.
All right, let's do the Dairy Queen drive-through.
All right, Dairy Queen drive-through with the ratings. Since Vassar's here, go for it, my friend.
Okay, and this week in the ratings, starting off as usual with TNA Impact, 310,000 viewers, up from the 277,000 the week previous.
You have the incorrect one.
Oh, I do.
Yes.
Wait, what? Is that not? That's not correct. What's in our run sheet?
Yeah, that's not what I'm looking at in the run sheet. This is the run sheet I'm looking at.
Oh, I had 243 for some reason because I clicked the wrong one.
Oh, okay, happens.
Okay, restarting that. Starting off with TNA Impact got 252,000 viewers, down from 299,000 the week previous. On to Raw, 3.087 million, down from the 3.115 million the week previous. And finally on to SmackDown with 2.626 million, down from the 2.627 million the week previous. And that is it for the ratings.
So, just for an aside here, in the Discord, you can have text to speech turned on.
Oh Jesus, no! Don't do it.
And no, I did it. I already have it on. Whatchamacallit? Yeah, I'm the only one who can hear
Hold
it.
on, I'm looking.
But
for
as Vassar was speaking the ratings, Yankum copy pasted the ratings into the thing, so the text to speech went off. And so all of a sudden, it's Vassar versus the person to see who could say it faster.
I
And it
don't
was a
even know how to
tie.
turn that on.
It was great.
I tied a robot.
You
And
did
I kind of slowed down a couple of times to actually like read the numbers in my head. before
Exactly.
saying them.
It was put it this way. When you got to Raw, I was worried.
All right, let's.
Birthdays, dog.
So many birthdays. Okay, make it up for some of these. Birthdays in this February. We're going all the way back to the 5th. Marty Martinez, Mr. Tagami, and Tim Sylvia. On the 6th of this month, Mr. Kennedy himself, Ken Anderson, Val Venus, David Flair, and Masashi Ozawa. On the 7th, Chase Owens, Mikey Pacifica, Super Brazo, Chick Donovan, Bruce Pritchard, and Tylene Buck. On the 8th, Michael Tarver, my boy, Minnesota boy Chad Gable, and Ultimate Spider Jr. On the 9th, Shane Matthews, Rudy Boy Gonzalez, Averno, Galaxia R2, Tiger Ali Singh, Nikita Koloff, and Rick Steiner. It's a hell of a birthday lineup on the 9th. Happy birthdays on the 10th to Lisa Marie Verone. That's Tara, isn't it, or Victoria?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. You're awesome. Also, Xavier Knight
You
and
did
Coco Azul Jr. No, I'm saying Victoria's awesome. She's awesome.
I'm saying you did it.
Oh, yeah. Happy birthday on the 11th, Sean Hernandez, Mike Dennis, Darren Dalton, Koji Doi, and Ken Shamrock. Happy birthdays on the 12th, Jeremy Yeager, Saki, Outback Jack, and One Man Gang, a.k.a. Akeem. Fuck yeah. Happy birthdays on the 13th of this month, Tommy, Dreamer, Daisuke Ikeda, Haruko Matsuo, Baby Doll Nicola Ann Roberts, and Aiko Sato. Happy birthdays on the 14th to Darius Thomas, Fugo Calderon, Ayako Hamada, Raylan Baron, Mio Shirai, and Hiroko Suzuki, Viscera, and Vivian Vachon. Happy birthday on the 15th, Rich Swan, Lufisto, June Onai, Totem II, Yan Yinling, Babe Richard, Hugo Savinovich, Jenna Maraska. Happy birthday to you. Is it really your fucking birthday on the 15th?
Yep.
God, that was yesterday. You should have watched that match. And Gran Nana fucking Maraska is screwing me up. That dumb bitch. Happy birthday on the 16th to Gangrel, Willie Estrada, Fiora Del Norte, JT Roberts, Ray Gunkel, and Jim Lancaster. 17th, Ricardo Rodriguez, Jimmy Jacobs, Shiroi Asahai, Chris Champion, and Jack Doan. And then the 18th, TJ Mack, the Blossom Twins, Kazuhiko Matsusai, Charlie Manson, and Raymond Rougeau. Those are the birthdays, a whole fuckload of birthdays. Fuck Jenna Maraska.
Yo, the 17th seems like an awesome team too. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, if you had all three of them talking, Doan, Rodriguez, and Jacobs talking in a promo, that'd be great. All right, and now it is time for This Week in Wrestling with Omega BR.
Yes, this weekend, wrestling history.
He's struggling because there's nothing in the format.
Literally nothing happened.
Even though
It's like a 1971 where Jack and Jerry Briscoe defeat the Infernos in Tampa, Florida to win the NWA Florida Tag Team titles. Jump to 1981 where the WWF ran at Madison Square Garden in New York City, featuring Killer Khan defeating Dominic DeNucci, S.D. Jones defeating Baron Mikel Ciceruna, Intercontinental Champion Pedro Morales defeating Sergeant Slaughter via disqualification when the referee caught Slaughter using a pair of brass knuckles, and the main event of Rick Martel, Tony Garcia, and Pat Patterson defeating the Moondogs and Captain Lou Albano in a 3 falls match. And in 1985, Bruno Sammartino ended his retirement, which had lasted for over 3 years, at the Spectrum in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, teaming with his son David to defeat Paul Orndorff and Bobby Heenan. And that was this weekend wrestling history.
Happy trails. A lot of happy trails this week. Happy trails to Mike Adamle, who revealed he has dementia stemming from his years playing with the NFL. Happy trails to Chavo Guerrero Sr., who has passed away at the age of 68. Chavo Classic, rest in peace. And happy trails to Nicole Bass, who also passed away at the age of 52. And happy trails to Sunny, who is now out of jail and wants to continue with rehab. She revealed that she has invited China to join her before her passing.
I have a more lighthearted happy trail. Happy trails to Braun Strowman, Braun Strowman rather, who got chewed the fuck out for saying title shot instead of title match, and had Vince McMahon crawl up his fucking 7-foot whatever ass.
May I
He
add?
does that anyway, though.
May I add a happy trail to that?
Yeah.
Happy trails to my father, who passed away last week at the age of 60.
We dedicated the show to you, your father, in the beginning of the show. So
You guys did?
just
That's
so you know.
nice. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Sorry about that. Man.
If you need anything, dude, we're here. All right, let's go on here. What should we watch this week in wrestling? Let's see here. So we have Yankum. See, damn it, up first. What should we watch this week in wrestling?
I was just about to Google what was the worst Fastlane match of all time, and you got me right at worst F. So
basically what you're telling me is the worst F. All right. Ladies out there.
Well, make it relevant. I guess Nicole Bass might have been the worst F.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Wow.
The Hooker about one time was the worst stuff.
All right. Got it up. R-Truth versus Curtis Axel, which is apparently ranked the worst according to. Oh, it's What Culture. God damn it.
You already picked it, bitch.
All right.
Pathetic.
Wow. All right, moving on. Vassar, which we watched this week in wrestling.
Becky Lynch versus Mickie James on SmackDown Live this week.
Yes, very much agreed. Shalkata.
The main event of this past SmackDown, Cena versus Wyatt versus Styles. That was a great match.
It was awesome. I really enjoyed it. Save a stock.
From the New Beginning in Osaka, IWGP Junior title, Hiromu Takahashi and Dragon Lee. That match was fucking nuts.
Omega BR.
Yes.
What should we watch this week in wrestling?
I think you should watch the Festival of Friendship from.
God damn it!
No.
Oh,
it was pretty brutal in a couple of different ways.
I am so fucking heartbroken over that.
Word.
Seriously, that was.
Why is my name on the list?
Oh God.
Oh no.
I was done crying.
My eyes are watering right now.
The nightmares are coming back.
It was amazingly well done.
It was,
Yeah,
and to have Jericho in the middle of that talk extremely, heartfelt and completely believable about having one of the best years of his life, in wrestling and all that. You knew he was telling the truth there too, which was the most amazing part about that whole segment. It was going to be mine.
Kevin Owens did nothing wrong.
Right. HKK, what should we watch this week in wrestling?
Starship Troopers.
This week in wrestling, not just something. Not just a movie. I know you should watch Starship Troopers. Starship Troopers is a good movie. I like Starship Troopers, but pick something wrestling.
No Holds Barred on Blu-ray.
Works for me.
I'm okay with this.
Dunu. What should we watch this week in wrestling?
Shelly Martinez versus Rebel.
Oh God, why?
I'm not sure what's worse, that or the death of Chris Jericho.
As a special edition, we should also watch this week in honor of her birthday. The greatest match of all time.
Oh, fuck.
Jenna Maraska versus Charmel.
Oh, I thought you were going to say my favorite match, which was Alicia Fox versus Melina on Raw that time.
Alicia Fox.
Oh, move over, Masawa versus Kobashi. We got Fox versus Molina.
In all honesty, you should probably watch everything Austin Aries has been doing on commentary as of late on WWE programming, because we're not going to get enough of that. His interviews have been priceless.
Oh my God, so great.
And his ripping on Tony Nese is quite possibly the funniest thing since Punk was on commentary.
Can we
just
just
Tony Nese's abs?
Someone compared him to Jesse Ventura, and I think that's like the perfect comparison, but he's a way better wrestler than Jesse ever was.
Yep.
I was a fighter. I was a
Cole?
governor. I was a Navy SEAL.
Oh, hey guys. I'm looking at the chat, and apparently, according to Kenny, Big Dave gave Naito and Elgin 5 stars.
Damn.
Big
And it's
Dave is
50.
Martin.
And it's Red Shoes' 50th birthday today too.
Oh
Happy
shit!
birthday, Red Shoes.
Happy birthday to Red Shoes.
This is not a meme I'm aware of, apparently.
So hold on a second. I would like to discuss this because I have no other place to discuss this on this particular card. So, Josh Matthews elected to. Does anybody know what I'm going to say here?
No.
Yes. Oh, it's so funny.
So Josh Matthews decided that he is the best wrestling commentator around today. and then
Was
got
nobody
into
else
a
around
Twitter
that day?
feud.
Because if so, he might be right.
I mean, and then he went around on Twitter getting into a feud with Jeremy Borash about how he used to ring announce, even though Jeremy Borash does everything else for TNA ever. Like, I'm sure that Jeremy Borash, if they could clone
Even though
Jeremy
Jeremy Borash is a better commentator
Yes.
than
What's
both color and play-by-play. He
Okay.
could do both better. He could be a one-man booth and be better than Matthews with like 2 great guys.
Okay, devil's advocate. Maybe it was kayfabe.
No.
No.
Then I got nothing for the guy.
This is
There's no way I
definitely
could
just-
possibly
yeah.
defend that because JR still does those Japanese matches and some indie stuff. So, like, even that, which is not anywhere near as good as JR's stuff, you know.
I mean,
when
his
he was-
skills drooping a little bit, but I mean,
It's still
JR
better
Drooping
than
just like
Josh
his face.
Matthews. Oh, come
Hell,
on.
even I'm gonna get a lot of heat for this, but Matt Stryker on LU is better than Josh Matthews.
yes.
I would agree with that.
Okay, I mean, okay.
He is.
I think that Byron Saxton is
Whoa.
better.
Jeremy
Whoa!
Borash, when he was
Whoa!
having his heart attack, is better than Josh Matthews.
Jesus Christ!
Jesus,
Too
man.
far! Too far! This is a family show!
It is?
Yeah, you fucking cunt!
Oh, God damn it.
I got nothing for the guy. I don't know that I would compare him to Booty Saxton, but
Man, Saxton's
Nah.
improved, though. He's learned his role, which is to be the punching bag.
right.
Adam Lee doing commentary today would be better than Josh Matthews.
That's a fact.
Fuck you!
That's a fucking
I
fact.
almost spit.
Who's worse, Otunga or Matthews?
Matthews.
Ooh.
Matthews.
I
Otunga's
don't
very
know.
close.
Otunga is
Man,
so
that's
bad.
tough.
It's that's a really thin line because I feel like
Otunga
Otunga
can read a line.
right. I feel like Otunga has the talent there. Like he could be good at commentary.
At this point, like he's not going to improve much at this point. Really.
I think he could if he had like people to work off of besides fucking Jables.
He's been doing superstars
and
and
he's
main
got
event for a
Morrow.
long ass time. No,
Yeah, I agree with Dog.
All he's got is Morrow. Like he can't. Like the only other person there.
I would like to personally
It's
congratulate
Jables.
Josh Matthews for officially being better than David Otunga. And I think that's literally it. Like it's the only one that we have any consensus that he is better than. So
But
apparently
here's the
the
other
only
thing.
two in the room were him and Otunga.
Why the fuck is there a 4-man commentary team on SmackDown?
Because-
there's nothing for Otunga to do.
Because they also need to chop off Tom's shins.
Because Tom can only do the splits that long You know,
And JBL
It's not healthy.
tripped over Tom's shins.
Oh,
Wait,
another
wait.
rumor that I heard of. So they're gonna replace Foley as the commissioner of Raw.
I'm
makes
kind
sense.
of okay with this. I
you
love Mick Foley. No, I did not hear who.
Somebody tell him.
Am I going to be mad?
No.
On a scale of 1 to McMahon firing Stone Cold, how mad?
No, I don't think
No?
you're going to be mad. I'm just trying to remember who they're going to replace him with.
Well, I mean,
Who?
what?
I want to know.
Who?
Hold on, I gotta look this up. Give me a second.
Me.
It was me, Austin. It was
me all along. Yeah,
Well,
that
speaking
means
of-
Oh,
not.
it was a Angle.
Yes, Angle.
Make it Angle, yes.
What?
I'm
Yes.
okay with that. Angle being.
I'd be alright.
Oh, fuck
Dude,
yes.
imagine like Triple H and Angle and Steph doing comedy bits.
Dude, they could
Oh,
do that
it'll
whole
be-
love affair thing.
That'd be great.
Thank you, Ego,
what's it
for
called?
reminding me in the
Do you
chat.
remember Commissioner Angle from
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
remember when
the wheelchair.
Yes, because the Big Show climbed up the Empire State Building with Tori Wilson. Angle chased him up there, and Big Show then threw Angle off, and there was like blood leaking out of Angle's head. Do you remember this?
Jesus.
Oh, God.
So yes, please, Commissioner Angle. I would love to see that. To be perfectly honest with you,
Absolutely.
they have him replace Foley for a little while, and then it's Stephen Angle doing comedy bits from now until forever.
Where it's just,
I'm okay with this.
I want the Angle who walks up to the Rock and says, "Hey, I heard you like strudel." I want that Angle, and he's like, "Oh, I like big jugs of milk. I like big jugs. I want that Angle," and then we're good.
Bestiality.
What the fuck?
Ego.
According to Generico's Orphan in the West chat, which if you're not in the West chat, I don't know where you are. There's a rumor that Vince is really high on AJ Styles and wants to make him the face of Raw and move Roman Reigns to SmackDown. Not
Shit.
sure if one.
No, because all the bullshit was contained on Raw, specifically Reigns.
Mm-hmm.
No.
What are they going to
No,
do?
Frank.
Like, keep the club on Raw and then try to make another Bullet Club?
Well, yeah,
Yes.
and there would be the club on Raw,
Yeah, I
and
was
be the
gonna say.
Samoans on SmackDown, and then there's your Survivor Series match.
Ooh,
There's-
the club and the Samoans. That would be a good match. Wait, there's Samoans on Raw too. So where does Joe go in that fight?
Joe doesn't go anywhere because it's Joe.
Imagine, dude, how trippy is it going to be one day when we're watching AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe on WWE?
Not Raw. With
That
Michael
is
Cole
going to be
commentating.
a
That'd be
fucking
great.
trip. That's going to be weird almost.
Whatchamacallit. In other weird news, by the way, speaking of TNA originals, so did you guys hear what happened over at ROH over the weekend?
Yep.
The Bullet Club shit.
New Bullet Club member,
Oh, what the fuck? Yeah.
What now?
Frankie Kazarian, is Bullet Club now.
Kazarian.
Wait, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they broke up Daniels and Kazarian, and Kazarian's now a part of Bullet Club, which has become the biggest, joke of a stable that I've ever heard of in my entire life.
It's the NWO all over again.
I don't know. I think they may be a joke, but the core was still worse.
Oh man. I mean, at least you don't have Kenny Omega offering people, their money back for buying that kind of gear, like Wade Barrett did with the core.
I think at this point, the Bullet Club should just be a U.S. thing because, no one in Japan really gives a shit about the Bullet Club when Los is around.
Right.
Apparently, we're supposed to mention this: the return of Glacier.
Yeah, nobody gives a shit.
Oh, okay.
Why?
I mean, I mentioned Glacier earlier.
Why? I know you did, but I mean, I don't.
Mortis was cooler anyway.
Yeah. I don't know, guys.
All
I mean,
right.
honestly, that's it for this week in wrestling.
Yeah, I
Thank
think
y'all very
that's-
much for listening. Facebook, Twitter, Patreon, /SmarkSnark. SmarkSnark.com, which will get a redesign somewhere coming up here shortly. Thank you all for listening. We really appreciate it. For everybody here, take care. Spike your hair.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! I don't know why I said that. So
That
gay.
was
You
so
know
weird.
it.
Get out.
That was so gay. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Well, we come from West, so gay.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with a little.
Good night, Redondo Beach.
Not.